Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hollywood Bets Durbanville. It's our Tuesday race meeting. What a great weekend we came out of, I have to say, from both a Johannesburg and Cape Town perspective in terms of some great racing. Daryl Marie's with me in the studio. Darren Burrows is on the line. So the full team is back in action today. And I must say there were some very impressive winners on the weekend.
Were there, Clark?
Yep. You weren't chat to see it.
Like who?
Well, like Main Defender. I'm glad Charles Dickens got it home. I'm glad Feather Boa won. I'm glad Candice Bass's filly won. I think all the ones that we expected to win.
So the punters had a field there.
You didn't watch because you were away
Punters
fishing.
had a field there.
Yes.
That's good.
Were you fishing?
I wasn't fishing, Clark, no.
What were you doing? Swimming?
Yeah,
You have a nice break.
I did. Thank you very much, yeah. Good to be back. Hopefully we
Welcome
can
back.
start off on the right notes of here in the first race with the favourite star performer. I mean, on paper, he looks like a penalty kick. Absolute steering job. Barring the first timers who I know nothing about. So, I mean, it's obvious for all to see. He brings the strongest form into this race. And barring any accidents, he should get the job done for the punters.
Okay. Well, Darren Burrows on the line. I mean, Darren, this horse was even money not long ago. We're doing the show this morning, but I think yesterday it was already even money. It's 8 to 10 now. And I think you said it's going to start even shorter.
Clyde, he should be a 1 to 3 shot in this company. And he might start that price race time because I see the money starting to come from evens into 7 to 10. A length off Main Defender on debut. I know that was Main Defender's first run and everything, and he was a big price, but it was a good run. And second to Sovereign State. Now, that's one of the strongest maiden form lines in Durban. Sovereign State's won 3 from 3. He's going to go handy. He's got the draw. Looks an absolute penalty kick.
Okay, well, let's get our play up over here. Darren Burrows is great. Going straight into race number 1 with star performer with a sizable bet in his play here, and that's what we're doing first race. We're building some capital, hopefully, for our exotics to come. Well, it's a Cape B Stakes fillies and mares, and it's over 1,600 metres a second. Start to the bipot as there are 10 races on the card today. This morning, the market had as follows at around 10 o'clock. Lucinda Woodruff's horse, the favourite, number 1, My Flower Fate, priced up at 2 to 1. And second choice, number 8, Lady Silvano, priced up at 5 to 2. Those two, the market. Darren Burrows, I'm coming to you first, just to ask you if it's those two or have you dug a bit deeper and you found something else?
I thought a one-horse race, My Flower Fate. Now, last time out, she blew the start. Lost 3 lengths. She was a far back turning for home, and she was absolutely taking off down the inside. She had that horse, Lady Silvano, a neck in front of her. If she jumps on terms, being a progressive, lightly raced 4-year-old, I can see her winning. So, My Flower Fate's in or out, I think she's worth a bet.
Okay, well, there's another good start for us. And I suppose with Lucinda having a winner over the weekend as well, it's nice to see when the stables are in form. It all helped. Interesting enough, on the weekend, the in-form stables all landed, eh? The Peters, the Habibs, the Dawsons, those in-form yards, all around.
Oh, when stables are in form, Clyde, you follow them.
Robin Claessen's horse.
Follow them with confidence. In the computer form, Clyde, there's no suggestion that this filly was slow last time out. Just it stayed on well.
And Darren
hit the nail on the head. I mean, the commentator even said, awful start, lost about 3 lengths, and she'll have to be very good from now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it was a cracking effort. She just needs to...
I must report that to Robert Garner then.
Jump on terms. Hopefully she behaves herself and gets a clean break. If she does, I expect her to win comfortably.
Yeah.
She just needs to put herself in a good position. If that's not the case and she does fluff it at the start again, Clyde, I think number 5, Fun Zone, now that she's back on firmer ground, will show marked improvement. So I bank at the 1. I think she's a nice filly in the making. If you see her, you'll see that she's got some substance and size about her. So 1 from 5.
You're putting both in, just in
No,
case?
I'm bankering the 1.
Are you bankering the 1?
Yeah.
All right, here are the graphics. We've got them for you. We've got both Darren Burrows and Daryl Marie's bipart today. So let's start with Darren. Banker 1 by 9, 10, 12, by Banker 9, by Banker 4. by 6, 7, 12, by 2, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12. Big day for Darren Burrows. He's got a couple of runners there in the Cape, so you'll be hoping that they run really well. So there's a snapshot of his 63 Rand buy pot. And Daryl Marie, let's take a look at what he plans on doing. He's going like this, banker 1 in the first leg, but then he's loading up. There are no chances taken thereafter. He's not making it as easy. There are quite a few competitive races, in some cases boat races, but a snapshot of his 420 Rand perm. Okay, Open Maiden, fillies and mares. It's like a handicap. It's a race where there are conditions applicable here for all of these runners. And let's take a look at the first leg of the place accumulator. Market this morning looks like this. Snaith's top of the boards at the moment with Vix Princess, number 10 on the card, at 3-1. And the second choice is the Bass Robinson runner, number 11, Love Shack, at 7-2. But I would imagine in this case, Darren, well, maybe not. Maybe you got another banker.
Not really, Clyde. This is tricky. This filly Vix Princess are probably the best form in the race. By no means a good thing, but she's run off Gimme the Waltz, 4 lengths off last time out. Oni San on debut. That form line stood up well. And Grant van Niekerk takes the ride. So Vix Princess could be in the first 3. Love Shack, I've got my doubts about the trip. She's a captain of all out of a speedy dam line, a Varmare. And she doesn't quite find a finish over the 1250. I'm not sure how she's going to go over 1400. Look forward, consistent form. Richard Fourie taking the ride. That's a jockey booking, so that's got to go in. I've got Lady Loxton running in this race. She comes in with a very handy galloping weight, 54.5 kilos. And we have been disappointed with her in the past. Brett put her away for 2 to 3 weeks, brought her back into training just to strengthen up. And he said she's going to improve lengths because on her work, it's much better than her form suggests.
Okay, well, yeah, she's 20-1 at the moment, Lady Loxton. Maybe she comes back and runs fresh. That's number 9 on the card for Darren and all of the partners. And maybe worth including in Trifecta's quartets. Cabello's riding Lady Loxton. Of course, he was the winning jockey on Main Defender. How unlucky was Foreshore? Did you watch Foreshore?
I believe so.
Yeah,
They crawled up
very
front.
Unlucky. She pulled the whole way on Sunday, all the way at the back.
I
Very
saw a
unlucky.
comment saying, why didn't she loop the field like Richard Fourie did with Twice Golden? But you know what? Richard Fourie was in the same race off the fence
Yeah, but he
on
was
the
stuck
no.
on the... No, wasn't he stuck on the
No,
rail?
he wasn't on the rail. He could have
Anyway,
looped the
you
field
know,
as
you
well.
loop the field, you may run out of steam. Well, the point is Foreshore
Yeah.
should have won, don't you think? Well, it should have won.
I'll have to catch up on replays.
Good days. I
Clive.
mean, there, Cabello, you know, wearing the crown on the Saturday and then on the Sunday. Amazing. Racing's an amazing thing, isn't it?
I can bring you back down to earth very quickly.
It's a scary sport. Scary.
Clyde, this horse number 2, Essential. You can see she's 2 kilograms better off with Love Shack. Could bring her into contention. I think this race has got upset written all over it. The 2 Justin Snaith, Greg Bort's own fillies, Jet Green, if they get handy with no mass on their back, they could cause the upsets. Excuse me, Clyde, that's number 2. What did I say? Number 3, Jet Green, and number 6, Miss Lemonade. I actually think Miss Lemonade could feature here. Yeah, I don't like the look of the race,
No.
Clyde. I went 7
Form-
runners.
None of the form's really strong when I look at directs.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem to be.
open maidens.
Opens. Okay, Open
They
Maiden,
can throw
yeah.
up the
Conditions.
upsets, yeah.
Find the right sort of horse. Well, yeah, nobody really likes it. So what are we doing in place accumulators? Here we go. This is Darren Burrows' PA, 9, 10, 12, by banker 9, by banker 4. And then you'll see the rest of the horses loaded up, the second half of the card. It's a place accumulator that he's spending 648 Rand on. Don't forget, use your phone to please snap away at the QR code. Get that QR code sized up, and then you're on your way. Well, I saw Richard Fourie on the weekend. We had a chat. I said, listen, Richard, I'm calling you the fisherman from now on, eh? He laughed. He said, I like the name. He's on this horse, King Versi for Pete Puerta's stable, and this horse was second in his last start, must have a serious claim. There haven't been too many runners from the form line. And he said, and well, I didn't ask him, but I see, Darren, you're bankering this in the play. in as far as what the pick six is concerned. Market's got it at 28-10, so it's quite reasonable at this point. Reasonable to back.
Yes, Clyde, I look for dangers in this race, and there's nothing to write home about. I thought of banking in the pick six. I didn't suggest like a double with him or a straight win bet, but when I looked at the pick six, I thought we could get away with two bankers up front and then play wide after that and get some results. So second last time out, when stepped up in trip behind Right Royal Mo, I thought that was a cracking effort. Richard Farid stays aboard him, and I just feel he's the right horse in the race. I don't know what could really take him on because there's no form around him.
Yeah, King Viseri, what do you think, Daryl?
Yeah, very nice run last time out. Clearly his best effort today, Clyde. The horse that beat him, Right Romo, is actually a very nice horse in the making. And he pulled 3 lengths clear of the balance of the field, so a very nice effort. Richard knows him well. Winning chance. I think number 8, how do you pronounce that, Clyde? Etoile Falante.
Number 8, yes. Well done.
Yeah, they've actually met in the past. He's 2.5 kilograms better off with King Viseries.
Yes.
And he's been gelded now. And you know me and geldings, Clyde.
Yes, you like that.
There's a few cases that they improve remarkably. So he could fall under that bracket. If not in need of this outing, I think he could give the favourite a run for his money. Certainly
There's
at
2
the
lengths
weights.
between them, I see, on the steadfast run, eh?
And 2.5 kilograms
And
pool.
2.5 kilos,
on
okay.
paper, there isn't much separating the two of them. If you're playing trifectas and quartets, Clyde, add number 3 Nabia, Flash Lightning. Track Talk, Vicky Minot interviewed Pete Buerta. He says this is a different horse since he's been gelded. He's got 52.5 to shoulder from a neat draw. That's a nice inclusion for trifectas and quartets.
What did he say about the favourite?
He's obviously
Likes
leaning towards him, and he's expecting a bold effort. Yeah, he said it's his best runner on the day.
Is it his best on the day? There you go. Be reminded that 15, 16 and 17 are out there as the reserve runners that are not running in this race. Pick 6, let's work it out. Let's put it up. Darren was very unlucky again on Sunday with his pick 6 in Durban. Very unlucky. Banker 9 by Banker 4. That's the way he's playing. You might be wondering who's 4. Well, that's his horse, Kelp Forest, whom they've backed off the boards, I see. And then he's not taking chances after that. Horses. Spending 2,800 Rand or 280, depending whatever your budget will allow. Let's get on to race number 5 on the card. Now, time to have a look at what the market's indicating here for Kelp Forest, who Darren will confirm, I think was 6 or 7 to 1, is now 5 to 2. Second choice in the market is number 10, Like the Clappers, who's trading at around 4 to 1. And number 2, Winter Pearl, is the third choice, joint with number 11, Numzan, at 6 to 1. And you can get 7 or 8 to 1 and better about the others. Now, Kelp Forest seems to love Durbanville. 1,400, 1,600 doesn't really matter, does it, Darren?
Yes, Clyde, when we put him over a mile the one time after his maiden win, he seemed to over-race slightly and we changed the bit on him and we were still working things out previous to his last start. He ran in the heavy conditions twice. He didn't handle it. And last time out, he was doing really well at home. And Adam thought whatever he does, he's going to come on length from that run. And he was drawn 9 out of 10. So we tucked him in at the back of the field and just wanted to see him running on. And he really quickened up smartly the final 200 meters. He's got a short burst of speed, but he really quickens well. So if you hold onto him up until the 300 and let him go, he could motor past a lot like this because this field is very weak. He got beat by Questioning last time out, who I think is well above average. He's got the draw in his favor this time around, so he can get in the box seat just 2-3 lengths off the speed, and I think he'll win. If you're looking for dangers like the Clappers, I still can't understand why they're not putting this horse over 2,000 meters, because he won his maiden over 18 and they're sticking to the 12 and 14 with him, and he's a bit one-paced over this trip. So I think a confident selection, Kelp Forest.
Okay. And his form out at Durbanville Kelp Forest has been very good to date. Daryl, where are you in this race?
Yeah, I'll give him a winning chance. But if you like him, you have to like the Claptors and Numzon. I mean, there's not much separating the three of them beyond the questioning run. I think number 2 could be a runner, yeah, Clyde.
Winterfell.
Excuse me. You know that Ricky's last 2 winners happened to both be, or runners happened to both be winners.
Okay.
The one was in KZN, I think Peter Muscat trained, Waterbury Lane. But Ricky's last runner in the Western Cape won. That was Ticket to Vegas. I actually think can start following the yard now. I think they've struck a bit of form. Last time out, you recall that race, I mean, Grant van Eyck stole it on Yamadori. He was drawn 13 out of 13. Got a neat draw now, 3rd run off the rest. A lot in his favour, Clyde.
Yeah, one runner, one winner.
I'll be shouting Darren's also. We need to get Darren's confidence up.
Yes.
So yeah, let's hope Kelp Forest can bring on the bacon, but I think Winterpool's his biggest danger.
Okay. All right. Well, the one winner from Yamadori was Hats Pride. He was the only runner, but we're going for Kelp Forest here on Waiter to win. He loves Durbanville. Kelp Forest, outright win. One of the more challenging races today at Hollywood Bets Durbanville. Race number 6 is a Cape Sea Stakes over 2,000 metres. In this race, they've taken out 13, 14 and 15. They were, of course, the reserve runners in the race. And in terms of the market, well, you name your price. 5 to 1 the field, Mr. Burrows. Not easy.
Not easy, but Clyde, I thought 3 runners I could cut this race down to, and that's Katsu. He's stepping up to a more suitable trip on pedigree. And last time out over a mile was beaten narrowly by rule of thumb. I thought that was a cracking effort. Lucinda Woodruff, Bernard Fate Herb. This horse is going to run a big race. Now, you got To the Moon and Back. Also on pedigree, I think he's looking for this sort of trip. And he has been disappointing, but his rating has started to drop. And I think he's going to be right there too. Gentleman Joe, a good last effort behind rule of thumb as well. There was a nose separating himself and Katsu. I think he'll be right there too. Exceeder's got a place chance. So 6, 7, 12 and 5.
Okay, so there are quite a few in here, I guess. Gentleman Joe Katsu. They're from the rule of thumb, but that form's good. Rule of thumb won, and so did Global Alley. I mean, they've that's worked out. So if you like those 3, maybe that is the way to go. What do you think?
Yeah, you said he's won, and then he ran second to a horse that was heavily punted, apparently, Bordolino at 40 to 1.
Yeah, heavily punted.
Yeah,
somebody got a
you got this horse To the Moon and Back, number 7. There's been a few equipment changes. Blinkers come off. Earmuffs go on. Have a look. He's stepping up to 2,000. The furthest he's been, if I'm not mistaken, is 1,800. That was on the 11th of December last year. Have a look where he finished. 5th, beaten a length and 3/4. Off for 85. He's now for 70. If he sees it out, I expect him to just about win it. Katsu's another one that's unexposed over this distance. Apparently he was caught wide in his latest start. If he's more effective over the 2,000, I can see him winning. 1 for trifectas and quartets. Big Popper, number 10. Needed his penultimate. And then last time out, a mile too short for him. I think he'll run an improved race now that he's stepping back over the extended trip. So 7, 6 and 10 in that order for me.
Okay. Big Popper, any price, but will it be To the Moon and Back? Well, let's see. We've got a pick 3 worked out in this particular event, and it comes from Daryl Marie, where he's recommending we go 5, 6, 7 and 10 in the first of the pick 3 by 1, 2, 4, 5, 7 and 11 in the 7th race. And in the 8th race, he's going with that horse, Rainbow Laura Crete, for the Bass Robinson stable that Aldo de Meyer riding. He's looking for back-to-back victories. Well, we know through our perms, we got quite a few loaded in a race like this. It's a Class 4 fillies and mares, and it's over 1,400 metres. Horses that are in their ratings of a high 60s, 70s, early 80s. That's the mix that we're looking at over here. In terms of the market, what is it doing at 10 o'clock this Tuesday morning? It's got number 11, Nordic Quest is the favourite at 4 to 1. But then after that, you can get almost 6 to 1 the field, Darren.
Yes, this is tricky, Clyde. Now let's touch on the leading lights. Mia's Harper, beaten 2 lengths, first run out the maidens by Unconquerable Lady. I thought that was a very good run. She's open to improvement, only had the 3 starts. You've got a very impressive winner here, Double Grand Slam. This filly could be anything because the manner in which he won in her second start was super impressive. She's rested since March, so that's got to be a concern. Let's see what the Snaith comments say. Maybe on course will let us know closer to race time. Nordic Quest also beaten by Unconquerable Lady, but she's got a deep draw to contend with. I thought there was value in Busy Lizzie's price at 20 to 1. She was also behind Unconquerable Lady 2 lengths. And if she can just get one off the fence from that deepest draw, I think she could be in the quartets.
Okay. Well, we're not ruling out a surprise result here, Mr. Marie.
There is a comment for Double Grand Slam in the front of the book. Fully fit and expecting a top race.
Okay, well, that's nice to hear.
Now, this filly's been nominated and accepted to run in a few starts recently, and obviously there have been quite a few meetings that have been abandoned, Clyde.
Yeah.
So if this trainer says she's fully fit, you have to sit up and take notice. So I'll give her a winning chance. Found a bit of value. Yeah, in number 2, Clyde. What price is she? Mulberry Street.
Mulberry at the moment, I'll give you a price on Mulberry, any price. And you can write your own ticket.
Now, what's wrong with her form?
53 to 1.
Last time I had 1,000
Paddy
meters
Crown?
too quick. Too quick, right? Dropped in from a wide, well, one paced over 1,000. Prior to that, finished relatively close up.
Yep, correct.
She's dropped from a 78 to a 75. She's now in a handicap from a 2 draw. Let's see how she goes. I think
Who
she's
rode You Can't Hurry Love?
Dennis.
Dennis Schwarz. And he's riding this horse, eh?
Yeah, let's
Mulberry.
see. I think
All
she's overpriced.
Okay. So we like
Yeah,
it.
Nordic Quest, nice post maiden
You
effort.
can get 4 to 1 a place if you want.
I think she can build on that effort. Yeah, I'm going to say Mulberry Street's the each way play in the race, Clyde.
Okay, well, there's a bit of a shooty at 33 to 1. See, on Weighted to Win, well, you know Daryl's argument about value, he finds the value. Right, here we go. What have we got, Rix? We got a jackpot from Daryl Marie, where he's included his Mulberry horse in here with 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 11. That is the start of the second jackpot, which does begin here with race number 7. Then he's bankering the 5 in the second leg. We spoke about it earlier, Rainbow Laura Crete. Then 1, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And the last leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9, a 210 Rand pot. Okay, we go on to the Class 5. Now, note in this race, if you haven't already heard, that numbers 11 and 12 are scratched. So scratch those, the 2 Snaith horses, 11, 12 not running. And the reserve runner, number 17, also taken out. So what are we doing here? Well, this is the Rainbow Laura Crete horse, 33 to 10. That's the current price. Isn't that a big price? I mean, since you're liking it a lot and bankering it, or would you expected it to be?
Yeah. Clyde, pull up a
Shorter.
replay now
Pull up a replay.
while I'm busy
Okay.
chatting about it.
The
Last time out,
win, or what?
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Last time out, she had a market rival, I think, trained by Glenn Cotson in the race. And turning for home, I actually thought Glenn Cotson's filly was in a better position. But coming into the straight, this horse had put the race to bed in a matter of strides. Have a look at the weight she gave the runner. 7.5 kilograms. That was an open maiden. I was very impressed in the turn of foot she showed when winning. I know she never beat much, Clyde. I know but you can only beat what's put in front of you.
Sure.
And she did that convincingly.
The
think
Form
this,
9 previously was very good, wasn't it?
Yes.
A lot of winners came from there.
Well, that filly's actually in the race over here. Call me Getrix. Yeah, I actually think this filly's going to go on with it. You know, Dam was very decent in Nightingale. Let's hope she's fitter. and she can progress. I think there's a lot of young owners involved in this filly, and I think they're going to have a lot of fun with her. So I've looked at the field. There are a few others with chances over here. I've just taken my chance because for me it's either a case of bankering her or putting 5 or 6 others.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing from the rerun, the more he asked her, the more she gave. She just kept responding and kept giving more and more in the close. So she's progressive.
She's a young filly that's got a lot more to come, Clyde.
And Darren, your take on her?
I thought she's a massive runner. She is my first choice, Rainbow Laurie Keat. Last time I'd won a cracker. She gave them weight, won well, good draw. She'll be in the finish. Seeking Peace. Her best form is on the soft conditions, and she's not going to get that today because it's very hot in Cape Town, no wind. She could run in the money. Misty Cliffs, another one to consider. And Creme Brulee from a deepest draw, that was a good last effort. So Rainbow Laurie Keat is my first choice, but I did think it was a tricky race.
Okay, so difference of opinions here. It's Daryl's going with the 5 Rainbow Laurie Keat as the horse to beat, and he's saying straight up win for him, or whatever you guys want to afford in putting on that. Darren, of course, is concerned there may be 1 or 2 others. But that's the 8th race final leg of the jackpot. We'll be back with a preview for race 9, which runs at 20 to 5. Class 4, they'll sprint them over 1,000 metres. We are at Durbanville, so it's around the turn naturally, as you well know. And in a race like this, they've got the market set up this morning, subject to change by the time it gets to your time when you watch this. It will be 6 Candy Town, or it is Candy Town as the 3-1 favourite. 9 Winter Rainfall is a 3-1, a 2, and then the 7 on the card, Lady Lookalike, who's priced up at around 5-1. After that, I think you can get 7 or 8-1 and better those 3. Darren, I think there were 3 horses that you kind of indicated you were going to work around.
Yes, 6, 7, and 9 for me. Now, Candy Town, very speedy filly. She's going to overcome that draw and go to the front with the big weight and try and hold them off. You've got a horse like Winter Rainfall. Now, this filly, they say, is loaded with ability and she's feature race quality. So you've got to take note of that. She's drawn a bit deep. She will be running on strongly at the finish. Lady Lookalike drops in trip, and I think that could be in her favour. She could be there too. So Candy Town over numbers 7 and 9, but no surprise to see any of the 3 win. And of the rest, Montalina and Palo Queen.
Okay, not to be left out of the play. This was Candy Town has been in good form. She's on a winning streak.
Can't fault her. And what's going to be in her favour is a fast-running track. I mean, she's lightning quick. She's probably going to try to steal it. Got a big weight to shoulder, but the stable have made it no secret that this filly could be better than her dam, and she was well above average.
Interesting.
You're going to get a run for your money, Clyde. She should be handy, if not in front. Lady Lookalike, I mean, nothing wrong to date. I'll give her a chance. The other one I've also included is Winter Rainfall. My concern with her is Fast Run 1000. Excuse me. Is it going to be too quick for her, Clyde? There's no doubt she's going to be staying on in the latter stages. It's just going to be a case of whether she's going to be run off her feet. But she'll be doing her best with late. I also gave No One a chance. I thought her form line's really holding up well. But if you read in the front of the computer form, Mr. Marshall says she will need the run. So that's a little bit off-putting. But you know what? From one draw with what do you like to say? The fisherman. The fisherman from a one draw.
Fisherman, yes.
That's half the battle won, isn't it? She could race well fresh. Let's see how she goes.
Okay.
Certainly wouldn't be a surprise if I saw her happen to win.
You know, there's a horse highly confidential. That where's the party form lines worked out quite strongly.
Yeah.
You give it any sort of chance? I mean, that last start wasn't too bad.
I actually put her in my jackpots, Clyde.
Did you?
Yeah.
Catalea won, Creme Brulee won.
She was on the wrong side of the track.
So you have put highly confidential in?
I have put it in.
Okay. Well, that's the 9th race. Where are we? There. Okay. We're the 9th race. Don't forget your Betway action. I hope you're on your Betway. You've opened your account and you've done your thing with getting your 6% back and they pay your tax and all the good things. Betway had a superb weekend. I know that much. And they're looking forward, of course, to the end of the month as well with their big one of their big ones anyway. All right, what does that mean? Here's the last. Let's wrap it up in terms of writing. We've taken Darren's quartet, 6, 7, 9. by 12679, by 12679, by Field at the back. That's pretty much the play for the quartets. That's the last, well, the ninth race on the card from Hollywood Bets Durbanville.